take a moment to welcome everyone to the Watch This Shit podcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. My name is Seneca The Movie Professor. With this podcast, we're going to give you the definitive decision on whether you should go view a new movie release or not. It's real easy. If we say, watch this shit, stop what you're doing, and enjoy some good cinema. If we say, don't watch this shit, avoid it as you would drinking a gallon of water right before jumping into rush hour traffic. Or don't, do what you want. It may be fun, or it may leave you with wet pants and seats. You don't want to listen to us, you put your life in your own hands. Whew. Going into a film, I try to. It doesn't always work, but at least I try to put all of my initial thoughts and preconceptions about what the film will be in a box. I take that box and I leave it outside the theater, only opening it once the film is complete. At that point, I compare what I believe was going to happen to what actually witnessed. When I thought a movie was going to be bad and it turns out to be good, I'm ecstatic, happy that what I got to see was some good cinema, and given hope for the industry that I so dearly love. When I know it's going to be bad and that vision is realized, when I come out of the theater and my box is waiting on me, I just leave it there. No reason to add to the stress of dealing with a terrible movie. So, with all of that said, now we have Expendables 4. Stallone can't stop, won't stop. Honestly, you're gonna be shocked. But I haven't liked any of the films in the series. They have had 3 movies of completely wasted potential that came far too late in the careers of these aging action stars. Everybody knows about this franchise, I'm guessing. If not, a quick recap. Sylvester Stallone gets together with his friends and enemies, who were all big action stars in the 80s and 90s, and puts together a movie franchise with only nostalgia holding it together. The plots are bargain bin trash, the action is uninspired, and the acting is the worst offender of all. Truly, the only reason that people go see these movies is because at the height of the Rambos, Predators, Terminators, Kumite movie, there was a time when this group of people were movie gods. That time has long since passed. Modern audiences have seen that movies can have amazing action, Oscar caliber acting, and great storylines. You're not going to get over on looking the part this day and age. Stallone hasn't learned this, and it clearly shows. I'll run down the plot, and you'll get a sense of how dreadful my experience was. The Expendables. A group of highly trained psychopaths are sent on a mission to stop a group of badass terrorists from gaining nuclear weapons. If the terrorists succeed, that will put the balance of power in the world in jeopardy. While on the mission, they enjoy murdering their opponents by the dozens. I mean, really laughing it up while performing heinous acts of overkill. Then, they're forced with a choice: either take back the nukes or allow their leader, Barney, played by Stallone, to die. The number two guy, played by Jason Statham, opts to try and save his leader and friend. But unfortunately for him, I guess, Sylvester is seemingly killed in battle. Anyone anyone that knows anything about Old Sly knows good and damn well this nigga ego is bigger than his entire body. No fucking way is he going to allow himself to be removed from the franchise that he has so much influence over. Not willingly. You either have to outsmart him legally to take his creations, or kill him in real life before you can take over, which will probably make the series better, a la Creed 3. After the team is taken over by, oh, after that, excuse me, after that, the team is taken over by Statham's love interest, Megan Fox. Oh, I forgot to tell you, she's in this, and apparently she identifies as an action movie star from the 80s. Who knew? No, the age gap checks out. Statham has used his money and fame to date young models his entire career, so it makes sense that no, no, it fucking doesn't. His character is a rough around the edges mercenary. Not sure how much that pays, but I'm certain it doesn't pay enough for him to purchase a Megan Fox. But I digress. She's promoted to team leader, and Statham's ass is off the team. Now the rest of the guys have to go with Fox on revenge, slash finish the original mission. Statham, knowing he's not Statham knowing he's even more of the main character now that Stallone is temporarily out of the picture, isn't having any of his screen time cut. So he follows them. A few far than less far less than stellar twists, poorly shot fight scenes, and the return of Stallone's character, Big Shot, and the mission is complete and the day is saved. While I was sitting in the theater, I wrote the word yuck to describe the dialogue. People don't speak like these characters do here during their communications, not even close. These actors almost seem to be making up the lines during filming. Well, hopefully that was the case. I know good and damn well a group of people didn't go into a room and type this shit on their laptops thinking it was passable. If they did, please don't bring these motherfuckers back after the strike. Too soon? No. No, it's not. For every other writer on every other property, I hope they get what they deserve and get back to work soon. For the people that worked on the dialogue for this film, I'm good if we never get anything from them again. Maybe they can get into the lighting department or set design, but writing is not for them. The paths of Fox's team and Statham come together for their climactic battle against the terrorists. With horribly fake CGI explosions and camera work so tight you can't tell what's happening. During during the fight choreography, I wondered again, why even make this film? They have international fighting megastars in this movie and fails to utilize them to even 1% of their potential. Iko Uwais, from one of the best action films of all time, The Raid Redemption, is the main terrorist. He has a decent entrance that shows off his ruthlessness and his martial arts skills. Then, the rest of the movie, he's just waiting around for the Expendables to come force him into a one-on-one fight with Statham, which a big fuck you goes to Statham. He's still using that Fast and Furious contract to avoid his character looking weak during action scenes, so he rarely takes any significant damage. The only blood on him is the blood of his enemies. You don't get the best current martial arts movie star to job to Statham. There was no need for that level of disrespect. Tony Jaa, yeah, of Ong Bak fame, gets a little screen time as one of the long lost members of the Expendables team. He joins in at the very end to be a badass. But still, the fights look unexpired because you can't see what the hell is going on. Back the damn camera up. With so many stuntmen in the film and working on it, all of them well established in their craft, there's no reason for this film to look the way it does. They added a few new faces to the Expendables roster. I'm not going to give them any shout outs because none of them performed well enough to deserve their name being uttered. What I will do is talk about how poorly they were all introduced. It goes back to the conversations being a mix of trash and exposition. This was a real conversation between two characters. No, listen to this. Upon a new member joining the team, I set the scene. Check me out. Stallone. Who's that? Statham. You hired him. Next guy. Statham. Who's that? Stallone. CIA guy I work with. Next guy. Statham. Who's that? Stallone. The new guy. Work special forces with him. He's solid. It sounds stupid when I say it because it seems like I'm exaggerating, but this is really how it happens in the movie. And all of these intros take place within 15-minute span of each other. Let that sink in. This shit is so bad, it actively tries to make you hate the film. Also, another bit of listen, I gotta say this. 50 Cent meets Randy Couture. They are both on the team now. I'm not explaining who's new and who's not. It don't matter. Within 1 hour of meeting this dude, 50 Cent asked him what's wrong with his ear. Nobody in the history of the world has met a person and within the first hour of introductions is asking them about a medical condition. Unless you are a doctor and are doing a checkup on the afflicted part and you need more context to complete your assessment of their ailment, you have no business asking. That's just regular manners of being a human being. And just to prove I'm not imagining this bullshit ass conversation, They play it they play the gag again when another new character joins the team. Fuck you, movie. I hate you with all my heart. In summary, this movie has atrocious CGI from the clearly fake missiles and explosions to the green screen backgrounds that look like paintings, and not the cool paintings as the ones in Vanilla Sky. The backgrounds were used for driving scenes, which, while bad, is typical of poor Hollywood affair. The thing is, they were even used for scenes when the cast is walking. They did a slow mo walk across the tarmac to leave with their plane. It was simply pathetic how unrealistic it looked. The action is dull and badly shot. Statham and Stallone's egos are too big to give the film any stakes. The plot is deplorable. I'm telling you, never watch this shit. Not ever. I'm going back to I'm going back to my Seneca the Movie Professor class days. This movie gets a fucking F minus. All fronts. This movie is bad, and worse than that, it isn't entertaining in the least. What they don't understand is what people hope for with this franchise. Audiences that grew up with the great era of action films wanted to see these big stars go toe to toe. Five big 80 stars on one team, five on the other. And we wanted to see them go through the movie getting the upper hand on each other, going back and forth to who was winning. We wanted to be in awe and not know who would win a fight between the two combatants. Just like the awesome anime on Netflix, Keegan and Shur. You want action? Go watch that. They were so far off target, they ruined what is, by all accounts, a great idea. They could have even invoked the Vin Diesel rules where they even out the number of punches thrown and received by each combatant. They could have ended each film in a draw until they reach a point where they have to consolidate their sources to fight an even greater threat. I could write a better film than all four of these films they created in my sleep. Last thing, excuse me. Real adults really sat in a room and wrote this. I'm not only angry, but I'm also disappointed. They couldn't kill Stallone in the movie, but I think this movie did successfully kill this dumbass franchise. Good riddance. I'm done. Thank you for listening to another episode of Watch This Shit. You come here for the realest take on new movies. So make sure to follow us so you're not left in the dark on whether you should check a new movie or not. If you haven't seen this shit yet, go on about your life. Don't even worry about it. Matter of fact, you're doing good. Damn, you're doing good. Check us out next time when we review Dumb Money. And good day to you.